peeps, I wasn't sure whether to do this video or not, but it's like one of those situations where it's kind of like the worst experience ever that I need to tell you guys, because this woman is insane. Like, she's literally a manipulative sociopath. So basically, I won't open this video until the end of the week, when I get my last paycheck. So she can't, if she's British, she can't like not pay me. Anyway, either way, okay. So if you know, last year was kind of rough, and so it's the beginning of this year as well. And then I got a job after leaving McDonald's. I finally got a job, and it's Subway. And I thought, you know what, this is going to be amazing. It's going to be like a new start. It's going to be awesome. Wow, I was wrong. So, so first off, the training was a little different to how it normally would do. But basically, the store was closed because the owner basically had to go to like a funeral, and this is obviously during the heightened, not the heightened of COVID, well, it's during COVID anyway, where you go, like, there wasn't a traffic system, I don't think. Either way, she had to go to a funeral, an emergency outside of England, and when she come back, she had to self-isolate. So we all got trained, so there was a group of us, we all got trained by like someone from Subway. I think it's someone, I don't want to say area manager, but basically she kind of like trained us everything for a week until our manager came back. Now, I only knew the store manager was from the interview, so I got interviewed by her husband, and then I think it was the an aerial manager of Subway. So I got interviewed by three people, so I only knew her from the interview, so I couldn't really make a judgment of how she was. And when you meet someone for the first time properly, and then you realise that you're not going to get on with this person, I knew this was going to happen. So basically, she's the sort of manager. So it started to like build up until I realised she was literally a total sociopath. So she's one of those managers that likes to micromanage. Usually managers who do that sort of thing are narcissistic anyway. So basically, what that can be is, basically she has cameras all around the store, obviously for security reasons, but what she likes to do when she's not in the store, she'll look at the security cameras and then she'll phone the store up. That's just for, like, I got told that, and and it just creeped me out. The thought of someone just constantly watching you is just creepy enough. As I said, she phones the store telling you to do like all these different things and everything, and she's just, there's that sort of thing. The problem is with her as well is she doesn't necessarily know what she's doing. She's the sort of manager who only manages, and I can't stand managers like that. Like, even managers at McDonald's, if it was busy, they would come into the area and help, like if it's a help front or help in kitchen. This woman knows nothing. So all she used to do is just stand there. So when it was busy, I don't know if she thought, I don't know, like, it looked bad with the manager just standing there and me clearly struggling, or two of us struggling. It's like, it just looks so bad. Like, if you're just going to stand around because you can't do anything, just stand around in the back. So I didn't like that either, because again, like, it looked bad, and it's just, she just likes to tell people what to do. Another thing is, she has a tendency of, she didn't really know, like, for another thing. So if you've been in Subway before, you've got the chillers, where you ask for your sandwiches, where all the meat's kept and all the like lettuce and everything, tomatoes are kept. Basically, they're in this silver pot, and there's a line in this silver pot. Now, you're not supposed to put any of the food over that line, because that is what you call the chill line. If you put anything over, it can't guarantee that it'll keep that at the temperature it's supposed to be at. But she's the sort of person who would like to like refill things constantly, and to the point where it's overflowing. It's like, you're not supposed to do that. Like, you're the manager and you're doing that, that used to piss me off. But those little things were like, okay, I can deal with her with that sort of thing. But then I realised she is the rudest woman on my whole entire life. So one incident happened where, so if you know me, you know where I'm like the sort of person who, I tend to fritter a little bit. So when I first start a shift, I kind of need to get warmed up for a minute. So when she phoned the store, like not long after I phoned, and she shouted on the phone saying, "Oh my god, why are you not doing anything?" And I was like, "I'm just can't let me get into the rhythm. I've only just started." You know what I mean? But the fact she was so fucking rude, and she dared threaten me. She was like, she was literally like, "If you don't like it, then you can leave." And I was like, "That is fucking rude." I literally chucked the phone on the table. Like my the co-worker was like, "Oh my god." Because I didn't like the way she talked to me, I thought, you know what, I'm going to mention the girl, like, I'll mention it to her, and, like, how, the person who trained us and how the way she spoke to me. Like, I asked for advice. Then she messaged me back saying, "Oh, we can't really do anything because we're not actually the manager." And this is like a rehash of McDonald's, and I keep forgetting that franchises don't, like, once the store's a franchise, the actual like company don't fucking give a shit. And then she tells her now, doesn't she? So anyway, in the end, when I came in the next day, I ended up having a fucking row with this woman. It took her 10 fucking minutes to apologise. She was ranting and raving, again talking to me like absolute fucking shit. And then, and then my other co-worker was like, "Oh my god, this is just awkward," because obviously she was hearing the whole thing. Like, I don't understand, like, how you think you can speak to your workers like that. Like, what the like, it's fucking disgusting. Like, she was making so much excuses, and it fucking pissed me off. This isn't the worst of it, okay? It gets worse. So when I applied this job, I asked for full time, and it was full time hours I applied for. I wasn't getting full time hours, right? This just gets. So the manager comes up to me out of the close, and she was like, "You know how you're always asking for hours? Well, here's the thing, no one likes working with you. That's why I don't give you any hours." And I'm standing there thinking, what the fuck are you telling me this? So if you know me in person, you know if someone like says stuff like that, like if it turns out someone's like bitching behind my back or anything like that, that I will attack. Did she not think I was gonna just double check? So I'm like straight on WhatsApp. I'm like, "What the fuck? Thanks for talking shit behind my back." And it's like, "Oh my," Wissa says, "Oh no, I didn't," and then everyone saying, "No, I didn't," and then the person who was here longer was like, "Oh, she's that sort of thing. She did it to this other girl, which she's left anyway. She didn't last long either. She did to her and stuff." And I was like, what a rude bitch. Like, even if that was fucking true, do you think that was clever to actually say? Like, does she not think that people have feelings? Like, would she not think, you know what I mean? Like, that's how like fucking stupid this woman is. That's how she's like, she just doesn't, like, she doesn't understand. So I'm like, what? So it pissed me off so much. So luckily the next day I was off, because if I was in and she was in, I would have just flipped. And then the day after that, I just phoned in ill just because I had a job interview, which ended up not being a job interview. That's just another story. We don't even need to talk about that because I now have a new job. But anyway, so I'm just like, I can't believe she said that. You know what? It gets even better. So I handed in my notice. Basically, I left a letter. When I was in, I couldn't, she wasn't until later, and I'd finished. I wasn't gonna come back later to give it to her. So the next day, I was in on my shift. Not the next day. The next day I had off. So the next day after that, she pretended I was invisible. Just because I had in my notice. And what makes it even fucking hilarious, just out of spite. So I gave her 2 weeks notice. Just out of spite, she's not put me on any shifts this week. And I'm just like, wow, what was the point of me handing in my notice? So if when my new job KFC phone me and say, when can you start? Or we've got you, because basically it takes a week to get your whole like informational process. I'd be like, I can start straight away, because why? Like, why did I even give notice? Like, what was the point of giving notice if she wasn't going to give me any shifts? But oh my god, working with her is a nightmare. Like, she's just fucking rude, like brutish shit. Like, I don't know, like, she had it in for me anyway. She had it in for me the day I complained about her, and it's like, well, maybe she literally has been the most rudest, manipulative bitch I have ever come across in my whole entire fucking life. Like, she's like unbelievable. Like, I'm not gonna mention the store, but it is a store in Derby, so do be careful if you're applying for a job in Subway. Like, just be wary. You may be picking on the store where she is, but she like I knew she hates me, and she was just pushing me out and pushing me out and pushing me out and pushing me out and pushing me out. But she's so, like, I can't. Like, she's worse. Like, she's the worstest human being I've ever come across in my whole entire life. She's such an narcissistic, sociopathic loony. I don't know. I can't deal with her. Like, I literally can't deal with her. I don't know how her husband deals with her. I don't know how her child deals with her. But she is on another level. Like, she is literally on another level. But yeah, that is why I Subway. Like, I like the job. Other than, it was just her. Like, it's an easy job, but it was literally just her. Like, her. Like, she was proper. Like, bringing, like, it just, oh, basically, if I hadn't left, like, I probably would have, you probably would have found me in a ditch somewhere, because that's how much she drove me insane. But yeah, that is why I left Subway. So yeah, bye guys.